5 right, 5 right. Come on, rounds down range. Talk less. Take cover, take cover. Get down. Come on, high stress, high stress. Take cover. Come on. Gotta be accurate with this one. There you go. 3, 4.
Hello world, Nutnfancy load bearing equipment review. Going to be talking about the Spec-Ops over armor vest option. It is a great loadout rig. You've seen me running and gunning with it in the desert in the Breaking Contact series of videos. I've tested it a couple times relatively hard. I think I have enough data points to talk about it at this point. I'll probably generate more as time goes on, but that is a hard commodity to come by, and that is time. And if I wait till all the data rolls in, you may not get the review for another year. So we're going to do it now. I wish I had more LBE reviews out there. I really do, because there are some great systems, high value systems that I want to review and throw out to you as options. I've done a couple already. You know about that. tac-force 511. More are coming your way, including this brand right here, Spec-Ops. Long before I was a gear reviewer, I was a user of Spec-Ops stuff because they've always done such a great job supporting the United States military. Available through the PXBX system, the Spec-Ops stuff I have found in my duty use has been outstanding. And not always, but generally much more available to the troops than a lot of other brands. So great job. US made too. If you guys have beef with overseas made stuff, as far as I know, all their stuff's made in the USA, just like this vest. See right there? Yeah, buddy. Great vest. I've been pretty happy with it. There's a couple things we're going to talk about that I would like to see modified to make the vest even better than it is now. They are my own data points generated by the way I use a vest. Let me say that too. The way you'll use this vest, if you're in a striker brigade, humping a bunch of gear in Afghanistan, you may feel differently because your loadout will be different. I'm going to do that via my talking points. It's the best way I can stay organized, hit all the stuff. Yeah, I'll forget stuff, maybe get a few details wrong, swap it around like I always do. Let's start it off. Versatility. How versatile is this load-bearing system? I would say extremely. One reason is because, jumping ahead in talking points, the weight. The weight on the over armor vest, even though it's made of 1000 denier Cordura, is extremely light. I didn't weigh it before I attached all the pouches, but take it from me, very light. The whole concept behind the rig is that you fully configure your LBE with whatever you need. Right now it's set up for a Nutnfancy run and gun. No surprises there, right? I got 3 mag pouches which can serve for AK, AR rifle systems, 3 pistol pouches, camera pouch on the side, because guess what? We always film in the TMP, so you guys can be part of the adventure. That's what it's configured for. Other guys will have different stuff on there, you know. Maybe a radio pouch for the secure multi-band radio, maybe some food, first aid, multi-tools, not much, but a lot more rifle mags could definitely be an option with that. So it's a zip up, ready to run, ready to rock and roll, go to war LBE system. I love zip up rigs. There are some downsides. Downsides are you don't have a contiguous pouch pocket for a front rifle plate or maybe soft armor. I've talked about that in my other, I think the tac-force cross-draw vid. That's kind of a downside. But with the over armor vest, that's really not the concept. The concept is this is going over your IBA, individual body armor, interceptor vest, whatever you're wearing. That's what it's designed for. It's not really designed to carry armor per se. It's designed to go over it. Although, as I'll talk about at the end of the video, I think that should be improved just a little bit. Lots of real estate. When we talk about versatility, is how much room do we have to configure it the way we want to configure it. Look at it. Molly is everywhere on this vest. It's everywhere. If you run out of room, you might want to rethink your loadout. Maybe go to a pack system on the back, but this is one of the most expansive Molly systems out there. By the way, SIG P226LR safety checked, riding in that Serpa with a quick attach system. I'm going to take that off so I can manage the vest better. Hang on just one second. I love that, by the way. I told you that in the Black Hawk booth review. Love that holster system. It just absolutely rocks. So very versatile vest. I love it. That takes its talking point, sizing and adjustability. Will it fit your body shape? How tall, short, skinny, fat you are? Probably. I'm 6'3", about 200 nowadays, and so it totally fits me. If your torso needs to be changed, this is how you do it. You lengthen it. Way good job, by the way, Spec-Ops, putting that buckle on there. This is best I can ascertain, a steel buckle, but it's very trim, so it does not add a lot of weight. So basically very strong without adding a lot of weight, and low profile. So you can go up or down, adjusting the length of the vest that way. On the back, the way you adjust it for your fatness or skinniness, and actually also layering of clothing is important. Like out in the desert when we're running and gunning, a lot of times it's like 20 degrees out there, dudes. We're running fleece underneath. You know, heat up running, maybe shed a layer. The downside on the adjustability of the over armor vest from Spec-Ops is it's not super fast. Okay, it's not like a pull tab like we have in the other vest that's very quick. That's kind of a downside. The upside is when you do adjust it, it's very trim. Notice there's no straps flying around. It's very clean. The way the adjustment is done, if you look under here, is molly. So it's a molly web that I just weave through the molly straps right here. I think, what does Spec-Ops call it? I think it's gridlock or something. They have gridlock loops is what they call their molly webbing. That's their proprietary name. Okay, that's kind of a slow adjustment process, to be honest with you. It is. It's not super quick. And it took me a couple times before I finally got it right to where it was the proper balance of snugness and flexibility, if you will. And then it has a snap under here. So then on that last strap, you come under here with a molly and you snap it. Okay, a little bit slower to adjust. The upside is look how clean and trim it is again. Granted, you're gonna have some excess fabric rolling around inside there. Okay, so that might get to the breathability talking point where we have multiple layers of fabric. In this case, coated fabric, I'll talk about that. You know, that might be an issue. In wearing it, running and gunning with it, I didn't find it to be an issue at all in winter conditions. Okay, so the adjustability is good, maybe not super fast. Very versatile to what you can achieve with it. On down the line, comfort. This is very important. Ventilation. Okay, this might be a minor criticism. You take it or leave it. Coated fabrics do not breathe, dudes. Okay, the upside is they're waterproof, they're more durable, and this is polyurethane coated Cordura, 1000 denier again. The upside is going to be durable, it's going to repel fluids of all types. The downside is in a hot environment, I think you might have some heating issues with this. It's not mesh, it's coated Cordura. Okay, and now that being said, I haven't heard of a lot of complaints about this vest from guys over in theater, Afghanistan, Iraq, and I did read a couple write-ups about it. So maybe it's not as big of an issue as I think it would be. For me, when the temperature gets up there, I'm sweating, I'm working, I'm carrying a lot of load out, and no, this isn't it. I'm talking body armor under this, water and some kind of capability, probably a molly attachable pack carrying the Camelback. Multiple mags. Remember, each mag you carry AR-15 M4 variety, 1 pound. And that's if you use a lightweight mag. That's a lot of weight. It adds up, makes you sweat, makes you work. I want breathability. I like a mesh vest for that. You're not going to get it with the over armor vest. So you got to understand it's a solid panel, polyurethane coated variety. Will it work for you? Again, in winter conditions, from my own experience, it's outstanding. Summertime, the jury isn't in yet because I haven't ran it like that yet. Stay tuned. If I find something out about it that's different from what I'm telling you now, I'll let you know. But the ventilation, you know, it is what it is. It's solid fabric. The shoulder on it, this is big with me, Nutnfancy dudes. I do not like cluttered shoulders for rifle fire. I mean, I like to have a clean shoulder, and there's lots of LBE systems that do not get this right. I don't understand. I see pictures of dudes out in the field, I'm talking soldiers, PMCs, close protection teams, and they've got these rigs that have these buckles on their their most important shoulder, where they're going to plant the buttstock of their primary weapon. I hate that. This is a clean shoulder. Look, there's not much there. I'm running a flag. Actually, that's below the shoulder. This is where I'm planting the, I'll have to look at the video, but I think I'm planting the buttstock right around here. You got a very unobtrusive weapon retention ring. I think Spec-Ops puts that in there. Actually, most LBE systems put that in there for the attachment of a weapon sling. They have what they call a wolf hook, Spec-Ops does, and you can clip into that. But a clean shoulder. There's nothing here that's going to get in the way of me getting a good shoulder weld to the, or buttstock weld to the shoulder. Good. Another thing I'm going to talk about, and I just added this to the talking points because it's important in the comfort section, is stability. One thing that a lot of people don't understand until they actually do this is when you load up your LBE system with like a lot of weight, you're going to learn real quick, first off, you got to balance it out. In other words, I wouldn't put like, heck, just what I have here is asking for it. You know, 3 AR/AK mags, pistol, other stuff in the pouch, pistol riding up here. I have an unbalanced rig. Why? Because I'm not riding anything in the back. And again, this is not an armor integrated system where I can balance it with a panel in the back. You dig what I'm saying? You need to balance it out. You have weight in the front, have weight in the back. Have weight on the left side, have weight on the right side. If you don't, you're going to be listing. Kind of like a ship that's taking on water. Okay, you have to. So that's one thing you got to concern. That's not really, that applies to all LBE systems. One thing, Spec-Ops, if you guys watch this, that I would love to see you do on your future vest is what you see here is an option I like for all LBE systems, and that is riding a pistol up on the left breast where I am because I'm right-handed, or maybe the right breast if you're left-handed. I love that system, especially if you're in vehicle ops. That's the quickest way you can access your gun. Right here, baby. It's out of the way. There's always strap issues that you can have. Heck, I know, I've ran into them so many times. But there's less strap issues down than perhaps with a drop-down rig or something else. Downside to the over armor vest is there's no stability, generally speaking, with such a lightweight fabric material. Notice there's no backing. There's no stiffener back there to act as a platform for the mounting of the pistol. So yes, Nutnfancy, I had to modify it because that's where I wanted to run my pistol. What did I do? Went out to the hardware store, Lowe's to be exact, bought me some corrugated plastic, just like you see here, cut it to shape. Why? Because I was in a hurry. And I just freaking Velcroed it on, dudes. Look at that. With stick-on Velcro. Freaking, that stuff sticks too. Like that. What did that do for me? Well, look, it creates a very solid yet unobtrusive platform for the mounting of that 25-ounce pistol. In this case, 226 LR. And you could have a heavier pistol up there too. Spec-Ops, what I would love to see you do is create a pouch pocket up here, mesh variety, sew it in, and maybe make available or included in the vest, I mean it could be extra, a corrugated and ventilated plastic piece that would go up here. You dig? Just what I did here, except ventilated, because in the summertime, this is solid plastic, you're gonna be sweating bad right here. It's just going to be really uncomfortable. In the wintertime, not a factor. Summertime, it's going to be horrible. But you need that. Why? Because I ran it without it. Without it, what happens is the pistol is not tight. It's flopping around. This upper portion really doesn't have any stabilizing straps to pull it tight. You do the best you can with the adjustment on the back. But this portion here, if you have weight on it, will be kind of flopping around. With stabilizing plastic piece, not a problem. While we're at it, if you're going to sew 2 pockets there, I really wish you would do that. I think it'd be awesome. I know it's going to add cost, so you kind of weigh those things out. And viewers, you got to understand that. When a manufacturer adds certain features like that, they kind of balance it out too. They go, well, how many users are going to use that? Is it worth the extra cost we have to pass on to all users? That's what they have to do. I would love to see that. I think you'll see more dudes running pistols like this too in the future. Also, while we're at it, sew a hydration pouch pocket in the back. Yes, I know this is an over armor option and that's what it's designed for, but I bet you most guys, especially your civilian guys that buy this, maybe your LE guys, will not use armor under it. They're going to use it as a standalone vest system. Okay, so why don't we integrate a mesh hydration pouch here with a nice lock-in mechanism here and also a stabilizing strip of nylon, because a lot of times guys on these LBE systems, they don't stabilize this upper area, and you're going to be carrying like an 8-pound camelback with it, and so what's going to happen is it's going to sag the material. Okay, it has to be, something has to be up here, a yoke system of some type to carry that camelback, and you could use it as an armor pocket, soft armor, hard armor. At least on the back you'd have that option, serving for a protective function and also balancing your rig out. You could throw your, your plate back there, and now suddenly you have a rig that's pretty darn balanced. So those are the stability issues I have. You might make the case with, as you load the side portion here, there's nothing backing this either. See how it's just fabric? Sometimes you can get sagging issues too, because these magazine pouches are heavy, guys. They are. A lot of the best vests out there have an empty pocket on the backside, so you can slip a class 3 soft armor plate back here, or perhaps like this, some type of stabilizing material. I would love to see that option on the over armor vest as well. Maybe just hollow it out so guys can have the option of slipping stuff behind there to stabilize it, maybe make it an additional accessory. I don't care. Love it. Talked about the weight already. It's basically nothing. When you load it up, of course, it's going to be something. But I'm talking about the system itself, the platform, the molly. It's very lightweight. Kind of already addressed that. The armor and H2O, that is water integration. It really has no provisions for that right now because it's, as it stands, an over armor option. I would love to see the changes which I just mentioned. Belt integration, there are none, and I think that's oversold. I think it's pretty much standard that most guys using an LBE vest like this, a tactical rig of some type, I shouldn't say standard. What I was going to say is that they don't run a belt with it. I know I don't. The whole idea for me to go to a vest like this is kind of to get away from a belt. A belt is time consuming to put on. It needs adjustment. It gets in the way. A vest is one zip, ready to rock and roll. Okay, so we're back to that original point. So if you want to integrate a belt, you'll have to do it through your pant loops because there's no hang down loops here. I think that's a good philosophy that Spec-Ops has. I would not change that. Quality is outstanding. Stitching, zippers, fast text, webbing, blah, 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 all that stuff. Look at the zipper, dudes. This is how a zipper should be done. This is a reference zipper. It is a number 10 YKK super heavy duty zipper with a proper cord lock. A drawstring. Look at that. That's how you do it. It's just simple cord. You can grab it. There's nothing hokey about it. And it's a very strong zipper and has a perfect design. Very simple, so it won't come undone. Snap at the top. Simple. Great job, Spec-Ops. The webbing is perfect. It adheres to Molly specifications. Excellent stitching throughout. Notice the binding on it. The stitching is just superb. Pretty much like all Spec-Ops stuff, it's just built right. And no, they're not the only ones doing it. There's lots of great guys and companies doing excellent tactical nylon systems. They're definitely one of them, though. Good fast text. Actually, they don't really have fast text buckles. I was thinking of another system I was dinking around with. You'll see in camera later on. No webbing, no mesh to speak of. I love the system of it. Would I change this to a mesh system? No, I would leave it the way it is because I think you get more rigidity, more stability, maybe a couple mods like I talked about. Value is going to be maybe a little bit debatable because this is going to run around 150 bucks. Oh, one thing I forgot, coloration. And that's what one thing I think guys are totally digging about this vest. The multicam. I dig it too. It's hard to find a good multicam vest out there. Put this on your shopping list because it's definitely one of them. And I will say the coloration and the quality of the nylon is superb on the Spec-Ops over armor vest. Expect to pay for it though. I think, where did my list go? There it is down there. If you go with the multicam version, I think it's going to be around 170 bucks, dudes. So you'll have to decide if that's worth it for you. Yeah, multicam, 170 bucks. If you go with any of the other colorations, and there's a lot of other good ones, ACU, black, coyote, desert digital, and tan, coyote brown, about $153. Okay, a little bit less, a little bit more, depending where you go to get it. Is it worth it? I don't know. I'll tell you what, it's a quality rig. Very quality rig. So you could do a lot worse and you could spend a heck of a lot more money and you would not have this amount of real estate. The lightweight and the simplicity of this rig. You just zip it, you're ready to rock and roll, and it will go over whatever a lot of other systems that you soldiers already have. Track record, from what I hear, is outstanding on the Spec-Ops over armor vest. Just outstanding. Guys are digging it. You know, there's no failures of any kind. They love it. And even my data points I gave you on, you know, putting, you know, some stabilizing stuff on the back there, the breast portions, you know, they don't mention that, but that's my data point and what I run that I would like to see. I would love to see integration of the back pocket, a mesh pocket for both camelback plate use, and maybe some internal mesh pockets on the interior as well for maps. And also what that would do is it wouldn't add a lot of weight, and it would also push that fabric a little bit out so we have a little bit better breathability as well. Overall though, I will say the Spec-Ops over armor vest is excellent. It's a good piece of kit. You're gonna see me wearing it a lot more. I dig it because it's comfortable once it's sized up for yourself and the conditions are right for it. We'll find out in summertime if my concerns play out, if it's just gonna be too hot of a rig. Having worn systems like this before in very hot conditions, I'm pretty much thinking it will be. Good job, Spec-Ops. We'll have some more LBE reviews for you from the Nutnfancy project, more gun stuff and all the fun stuff we do. Thanks guys, we'll see you.